Hi, hello, I'm Jana. I am currently a 10th grade student. Some of you may recognize me, some of you may have seen me before. And this will be my service learning project. My original idea was to hold maybe some short classes in which I would help students get familiarized with guitar and music and playing guitar. But due to the current situation, that's not strictly possible. So I resorted to changing the project into it being these short videos in which I would take 10 minutes-ish of your day to hopefully teach you a new concept about the guitar, something you may want to take up, and hopefully by the end of this video we would all know a new song. For this video, since it's the first, I will just be talking about the bare minimums and the basics of guitar playing, which would be chords and strumming. And we would be doing that through learning the song Knocking on Heaven's Door. It's a classic song to start on since it only has 4 chords, it has only one strumming pattern, and it is very simple and relatively slow. So you don't need a lot of skill to start it, but it's a good catchy song to start on and is generally favorable to some other songs. To start, we all know what a guitar is. I believe most of us know how to hold it. We hold it to the with the neck to our left hand, and we play with our left hand, and we strum with our right. You can use a guitar pick. You don't strictly need to. I just have nails. I use those. And if you are, I'm right-handed, but if you are left-handed, there are guitars that exist that are played like this. People use them. I don't think they're completely necessary for you to learn guitar. If you want to use a guitar that goes like this, you can go ahead. However, I know plenty of left-handed people that do play like this and have no trouble with it. If you do want to play on the opposite side, I won't stop you. Of course, it's your choice, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. You don't have to start panicking if you don't have a guitar that suits your hand. To begin today, as I said, we're going to learn Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is a very simple song. It only has 4 chords, those chords being G major, D major, C major, and A minor, which are the almost bare minimum of chords. A lot of songs are made up from them. And it has one simple strumming pattern, which is also repeated throughout a lot of pop songs nowadays, because it's catchy, so people use it. I think we can begin, yeah. So first we're going to start with me just showing you how to actually hold the chords. So first we have the G chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. Now, this is the most complicated chord in this song. It's not complicated at all, but in relation to the others it might be slightly more difficult to first grasp. But let's just start. I will be calling the strings 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. On a guitar they count from down up, and these are of course threads. So this is 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, etc. And 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st finger. So we take our 4th finger and we put it on the 3rd thread on the 1st string. And we take our 2nd finger, our 3rd finger, and we put it on the 3rd thread on the 2nd string. Then we take our middle finger and we put it on the 1st string, on the 3rd thread on the 6th string. And we take our 1st finger and we put it on the 2nd thread on the 5th string. Okay? Which makes it sound like this. And different chords are played starting from a different string. This one's played starting from the 6th string down. Then we have D major, which is easier. Our 3rd finger stays in the same place. This also helps when you're switching out the chords. Then our 1st finger goes on the 3rd thread, on the 3rd string on the 2nd thread, excuse me. And our middle finger goes on the 1st string on the 2nd thread. and you play from the 4th string. The string you play from is called the bass of the chord, if you want to know that, but you play from the 4th string. Then we have C major, which looks like this and is played from the 5th string. So to play this, we put our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and we play from the 5th string. And that's C. Lastly, we have A minor, which is almost identical to C, except we take our 3rd finger and we put it under the 4th finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. And we also play from the 5th. That are all the chords used in the song, and they're used in 2 different orders, one for the verse, one for the chorus. For the verse, the order goes G, D, A, G, D, C. So it's the same, you just alternate A and C at the end. And for the chorus, it only goes G, D, C. So you don't alternate, you only use C. You can start by playing the chords, the song just with the chords like this, without the strumming pattern, so you can get used to it, and you can get used to switching up the chords. Also noted, when you end with C or A, the chord is played twice, not just once. So you can get used to that, you can get used to switching around the chords, and then you can move on to the strumming pattern. Now the strumming pattern is very simple, and it sounds like this. And that's it. That was repeated twice. So it goes, the way we explain strumming patterns is just the way your hand goes. So if it goes down, if it goes up. So we go down, 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 up. And that's one repeat of the pattern. And if the chord is only once, then you have only one repeat. And if the chord is twice, then you have 2 repeats, like for A minor. You can mute the strings with your left hand here and just practice how the strumming pattern goes, so you can get used to it. And then we can put them all together. So also note, when you play with your right hand, you want to keep your wrist loose. You don't want it to be stiff, because otherwise you would have trouble catching up and you would tire out your forearm. Otherwise, there is nothing really to note here. You can use a pick. I don't like using them, but you can. And you can now combine the 2 components to try and play the entire song. To give you a quick little demo, I will play the verse once, that meaning once alternating with A and C, and once the chorus, which means just playing it with only C. And then this video will be over. So let's start. 3, 2, 1. That would be repeated however many times the song needs it to be. That is the very basic and bare minimum of what you need to play a song to the point where it's recognizable. There is, of course, a lot more to guitar and a lot more to just this song, which you can learn. It's possible. It's not hard. However, other aspects of guitar, which are not just strumming and chords, tend to be much more difficult. And if these videos continue, that would be what we could focus on in in the future. So that's it from all the time I'm going to take out of your day. I hope you did learn something. And maybe if you want me to play some other song, or if you want to learn some other song, you could send me an email. My name is Jana Joksimovska. You can find my email from there. And ask me to do whichever song you like. Otherwise, thank you for your time, and maybe I'll see you next time.